bonito, aka skipjack tuna, aka balea, or known as katsuo in Japanese, is a great fish to cook, great fish to have as sashimi. But it's so hard to do that because it's really fast when you take it out of the water to the when it reaches really a bad state. Even at Nihonbashi, I've never been able to serve it as sashimi because even the small distances from, say, Balapitiya in the south or Nigambo in the north, I can't get really fresh balea. But today I got some, and I'm going to do a simple dish. It's called katsuo no tataki, where we actually sear the sides of the fillet of skipjack, and then we are going to serve it in 3 different ways. I got a fillet of the skipjack, and I'm going to pierce it with 3 steel skewers. And I'm going to hold it like so. I'm going to sear it on an open flame. You can't see the flame because we're outdoors, it's daytime. Today I'm using a gas grill, and I'm quite sure most of you might have one at home, but nothing beats the taste of charcoal. Balea or bonito is the same fish that's used in Japanese cuisine when we use shavings of katsuobushi. It's the same fish that molded fish are made out of, that goes into kata sambal and all the other wonderful things we make with umbalakada. The difference in dried bonito from Japan and dried bonito in the Maldives is that the Japanese one, they introduce a fungus to make it even more drier. So the fungus helps absorb the moisture from the fish fillet, and it becomes really rock hard. It's done. You just want a simple searing of all sides, and I'm going to plunge this into an ice bath. You know, taking the skewers out, twist them a little bit, it comes out easy. This sashimi dish or partial sashimi dish is not served with wasabi in Japan, it's served with ginger. There are some people who like it with garlic, so I'm just going to grate some ginger. There you go. Now let's get the katsuo out. Just going to pat it with a dry towel. When you cut it, it's half raw. That's what we want. The season in Japan when these beautiful skipjack tuna come back after fattening themselves, and it becomes a very oily fish. Make sure you have really fresh bonito or balea. Otherwise this is not going to work at all. And that's done. Another way of serving this, let me cut the fish first. I'm cutting it thicker than what we would do for sashimi, because this fish is cut like that. I cannot emphasize more how important freshness of produce is. Seafood, chicken, pork, vegetables, fruits, they are like half or maybe 90% of any dish. And in things like this, it is more than that. I'm going to serve this with olive oil, soy sauce and black pepper. Put some olive oil in there, soy sauce and black pepper. And there you go, a beautiful starter on a beautiful day. This one with ginger, but I sometimes like very thin slivers of garlic on it. Try it and see, you get different tastes. When I cook, I get really thirsty, and obviously water is the best thing to have. And there's something I do at Nihonbashi that has got water selling a lot more. It's very simple, and it's actually a little bit refreshing. I use lime into a cold carafe of water. I know I'm not going to get the sourness of the lime in here. I'm just trying to get the zest of the peel. But if you put tiny pieces of peel into a carafe, it's going to come out when you pour the water out. So for about a liter of water, again maybe 2. And to a carafe of water, just drop them in. and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to have. Lime is pretty available all over, and it makes the water a bit lighter. Try it at home and see. One time I met a Japanese guy who asked me, can I supply 20 tons of cuttlefish and squid from Sri Lanka? Our squid and cuttlefish are really, really great. And when you get the right one, you can do so many things with it. I know I did one whole episode using cuttlefish and squid, but today we're cooking outside. So let's try to match the food to where we are, time, place and occasion kind of thing. And I'm going to do a very, very simple soy sauce, mirin and ginger marinade, and I'm going to cook it very lightly. So let's get cooking. We're going to start with the head of the cuttlefish. I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to open it up. Everyone thinks, I mean, I've said this before, that cuttlefish and squid is going to be rubbery. It's not. To this I'm going to add soy sauce, mirin, and ginger juice. I'm going to marinate this lightly. And I'm going to use metal skewers again and weave this in. One. This squid is so fresh I can eat it raw. So again, I'm not going to cook this through. So we have 4. Okay. And on to grilling. Make sure the squid does not touch the grill, or if you're using a plate, like a steel plate, don't let it touch there either. It might get stuck, and then you'll put oil, blah blah blah, or the oil from the previous barbecue is going to infuse this thing. There's this dried squid dish in Japan called surumeika, and you wouldn't believe how thin a squid like this gets when it's dried. It's like 2 millimeters in thickness. And in the winter time, my uncle and my grandmother used to buy it for me, and I would eat so much of it. And even today, my uncle and my aunt, they keep buying me surumeika. We are done here. Cuttlefish cooked like this is so soft, you can actually tear it with your fingers. Very nice. Again. Another serving suggestion. Just cut it into strips and use my favorite mayonnaise, QP. The next one is also a squid dish. I'm going to make some garlic rice first, and I'm going to put it into the squid. I need some chopped garlic, very, very, very tiny pieces of it. Since I have butter mixed with parsley, I'm going to use the same butter what I use for the bread. Heat up a frying pan. The squid I got is really long, but it's very, very small in diameter. So I'm going to put very little rice. This tastes best if it's Japanese rice, but you could use another rice if you want to. I think that should be enough. So you add the rice when the garlic starts to brown. To this I'm going to add some soy sauce, just a few drops. Yeah, that should do it. Turn it off. Now to stuff a squid. Now to stuff it. going to sew the end. Cut the extra. Now to cook it. Hot griddle, olive oil. Looks like a really live cuddle squid. Key about when adding soy sauce, stuff like that, don't put it onto it, put it around it. Obviously this is not going to be one person's squid. I'm going to slice it. I'm going to take the first 2 inches off. Look at that. Then maybe 3/4 of an inch. Look at that, like a nesting squid. And I'm going to accent it with black pepper. And there you go, a beautiful stuffed squid. Again, don't make it and leave it out. As soon as you get it, cut it and serve it. All this time the parsley bread was on the grill. So let me show you what we made. Nice and toasty. Seafood barbecues are one of the best things we can do in Sri Lanka. Just make sure you get the correct and fresh ingredients. A couple of episodes ago I made a prawn with garlic and olive oil with salt, stuff like that. Amazing appetizers. Put all of them together and you'll have a wonderful, wonderful outing, cooking, eating. Enjoy. The cameraman is getting hungry. I think I'm going to be on these. Come on, Samir. Who was that?